All right, everyone, welcome to my Jurassic themed crafting video for you today. I have a lot of supplies and a really cute dinosaur fossil stamp set. I'm loving not only the shapes, but the bones, and this adorable phrase to send to a loved one, a friend, coworker, whoever it may be, for you to tell them that you dig them. Now, with my little dinosaur fossils, I'm going to be creating this really cute cutout, almost dig site for an archaeologist, paleontologist, and of course I have my little friend here who will be helping me on my crafting journey today. With that said, I can put him back like that. I have all my Cricut cutouts, and I have 5 inks with 3 blending stumps. Today I'm using a combination of the Jacquard ink pad in brown, and then 4 additional Ranger inks in sepia, shadow gray, jet black, and coffee. I have a clear block, my tweezers, a pencil, and my favorite jelly roll in white. And I've also already pre-cut all of the card elements that I need. So with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start setting things aside so nothing gets dirty. And these guys I'm not going to be using today, so they can go off to the side. And my little guy, he can go over there. I think he'll stand. Haha. And I'm gonna bring this down. So here you can see what I really did. Again, my Cricut cutouts, my phrase, I have a bucket, a little brush, a shovel and dirt. And for this cutout, all I did was lightly draw a hole shape with my pencil, and then I just roughly cut it out with my X-Acto knife. So nothing precise, nothing crazy. It is a hole in the ground, so nothing is precise when it comes to excavation. Well, at least in the card making world. So I can set all these over here. And today I'm working on a 5x7 horizontal card, just like this. And I'll be going like that and having that layering effect. Let's get this stuff stamped first though. So that way, forgot my dinosaur. It has time to dry down and not smear. All right, I ended up grabbing an additional Ranger archival ink. This is in the tone Monarch Orange, and I thought this a little deeper, richer orange color would fit better with my already neutral earthy tones, rather than something like this guy, which is bright Tangelo. So I think this is more appropriate. So with this, what I'm actually going to do is just lightly trace this shape, because I'm going to go in with my ink blenders, and I'm going to just over the edge of this start blending in some of my brown Ranger, well, actually I lied, brown Jacquard ink pad. So I'm gonna use this guy. I have a brand new sponge, and I haven't tried it with these yet, so we're just gonna give it a shot and see what happens. And as you can see, I'm really just going in big, broad motions, and I'm not trying to fill in that middle spot so that it keeps that lightness. So hopefully when I go like this, wow, it looks really good. Now, you're looking at the outside and you're thinking, all right, that looks really, boom, almost like a chocolate bar inside. So I'm gonna do the exact same thing. I'm not gonna use this dark brown though, because that'll be way too dark. I'm gonna cap that, and I'm gonna change over back to my sepia. Sepia? Sepia. I always said sepia. Can set this aside. Now with these cutouts, be careful. You've already weakened the paper, so it's not a full solid sheet. I have this cutout. So if you were really smart, you would have done this beforehand. However, I change my mind frequently and I go with the flow. So you are going to be seeing what happens when you just kind of go with the flow and see where the process takes you. I'm gonna do the same thing. Get my sponge all up in there. And I don't need a crazy amount. Remember, this is super light and this type of pigment is going to show up. And then watch it not show up. See? So just be careful. I'm using just very light pressure. I'm going in a counterclockwise motion. A little tip is to actually angle your blending brush with the angle of the paper. So I'm not going straight down because that's when you start to get those ripples. If you go at it just at an angle, you can start to avoid that ripple or pickup. And I'm just gonna go a little bit more over here. And I think that's pretty nice. Set that aside, set that aside. I don't need anything getting stained. And look, I even have the dig site on my mat. When I go on top, now I get a little bit more of that dimensional effect. And plus, when I add on some of these little, what would I call these? Little cracks. I am a visual person, so I need to be able to see what I'm doing, how I'm doing it. And I'm just gonna start setting things up. And maybe I even kind of want to go off to the side. I do want to add some additional coloring with my handy dandy markers, but I just want to make sure my vision is still working with what I have made. I think I'll put my little bucket over here and my little paintbrush. So far, not too bad, but I can definitely see where there will be improvement in adding additional colorings. If you're thinking, really, you're gonna highlight that teeny tiny little paintbrush? Yes. Yes, I am. Every little detail adds to my creation. Even that pile of dirt? Even that pile of dirt. I went and got some of my Artline fine and 0.4 markers. These are awesome because not only do they come in a wide variety of colors, but the fine line tip is super precise and the color payoff is gorgeous. So I'm thinking in my head that I want to create some fine line cracks and details in my dirt to make it look more like an excavation site. So the three colors I grabbed are in black, and they say right up here, right on top of the barcode. Dark brown. And, oh, brown. I think I'm gonna go in with just the brown. And I'm just gonna start I'm not going in any particular pattern. If you live in a desert environment or somewhere where there are a lot of cracks in the earth, there really isn't perfect symmetry or rhyme or reason. I would say that there's familiar shapes, but this is where you can just imagine what you think it would look like. All right, I'm actually going to have this pop up. So in order to do that, I need my foam feet. I am going to also reinforce these little edges because I don't want my dig site to collapse or fall down or sag. Those are all things in the crafting world and in real life you want to avoid. So I'm going to do that. So what I have here is I've done all my cracks, my highlights. I've added just a little bit of, it's actually called antique white, to my dino bones. And now I'm going in with a little gem, my fine line liquid glue. And I'm just going to glue down these additional cracks and layers. And then I'm going to give it a final, oh, I wanted a dinosaur pun there, but I couldn't think of one in the moment. So the final dinosaur print of approval. There we go. Got it. I had it in there. I just needed a moment. All right. Looking at it now, I feel satisfied, and I feel like this is a super cute and almost a little messy card to make. So if you are someone that loves the creative process and doesn't want to have something completely symmetrical or perfect, having this kind of dig site or cutout within the paper is a great way to have more freedom and be a little bit more loose with your card making. Stopping by to say I dig you would be perfect for a young boy's birthday, or even just something really cute and fun to send to an adult in your life as well. I certainly know that if I received this card, I would be very impressed and also very flattered. So with that said, we would love to see what you will create next using our custom dinosaur stamps. In order for us to see what you do, please hit us with a hashtag stamp with us. Again, that's hashtag stamp with us. Thank you for joining, and we'll see you on the next time. Roll.